Hey folks, this is Mike Kearney from massrealestate.net and New Hampshire REIA.org. And this is an important preview to the next meeting. The next meeting is on December 29th at 6:30 to 8 p.m. And I've had a few requests for asset protection and tax strategies. So it's fortuitous that Bill will be teaching this, and then there'll be an all-day or a half-day session on it, because there's a fair amount of information. If you think the economy has died or stalled, I want you to take a ride into the nearest city near you at rush hour. Okay, I went in there about 3 weeks ago into Boston. I couldn't believe the traffic. It was as bad as it ever was. And somebody said, oh no, everyone's going in there to collect their unemployment. No, you collect your unemployment through the mail and online. So my point is the economy is going strong. And I've been doing market updates, and it's typically 120 single family houses sold in the past 3 months. And the inventory is about 10, okay? So it's a hot real estate market. The economy has heated up, and you better get going. I mean, most of you folks are going, but the most important thing is the asset protection. 2 folks approached me. One was Mark. He said, hey, I bought a lot of property. I'm divesting from the auto parts business, getting into more and more real estate. And he says, I'm buying a lot of property, but I wish there was somebody that could help me with the tax strategy. Everybody says, oh, okay, yeah, you should have done this. You should have put it into that. Okay, well, he said, it'd be nice to get this up front. The other person is building a house. A guy named Norm, and it would take me 20 minutes to explain his situation. But that's his personal situation. It's very straightforward what he has to do tax-wise and asset protection-wise. Okay, so Bill will give us a preview of this now, and there's Robbie, who's an enrolled agent. You know, she's done like 400 tax returns every year. She's done a lot for our members, but Bill will be teaching us, you know, tax strategies and asset protection. I'd like to introduce Bill. Here you go, Bill. Thanks for being on this with us.
Well, thank you for the invitation, Mike, and hello, Roberta.
Hello.
I am looking forward to speaking on December 29th, as you've already indicated. And during that presentation, I'm going to be talking about asset protection strategies, specifically and exclusively for real estate investors. So in that presentation, I'm going to cover basically how to protect your assets from a legal standpoint and possible liabilities from third-party creditors. I'm going to teach you how to protect your assets by minimizing the tax cost of your investments by having the best, most tax-efficient setup for reporting your real estate income and expenses. And then last, I'm going to talk to people about the importance of a structure to minimize the possibility of an IRS audit so that you don't have to go through the process of having to prove every item of income and every item of deduction, which is a big deal these days. So on that December 29th presentation, as I said, I'm going to cover all 3 areas. I think what differentiates me from a lot of speakers, Mike, is that I am both a licensed attorney and a CPA. I do run a CPA firm, and I like to say I'm the only person that talks about these tax strategies who eats his own cooking. Basically, me and my staff work with real estate investors. And so we're not just talking about these strategies, we're actually implementing them with our clients. So that's the ground that we're going to cover on the 29th.
Good. I think it's a much needed thing that people should be planning on up front. You know, everybody's chasing cap rate. Hey, what's the cap rate on this and that? And you're going to have this stuff in the back of your mind and get ready to put it into the right vehicle. You know, sometimes I'll hear, actually on bigger pockets, somebody said, hey, I'm trying to get into real estate And what I'd like to do is, you know, find out what are my first steps. And here's Robbie. And somebody said, what you have to do is, I don't mean tomorrow morning, I mean tonight, you have to set up an LLC immediately, if not sooner. And so I commented and I said, wait a minute. If you do that, it's going to cost you $500, and then it's $500 a year after that. And, you know, if you're getting started, what do you need? What asset do you need protection from? Do you have a house? You know, do you have a business? No, but I want to get into real estate, the guy said. I said, well, I would think this through. I don't think you need this right away until you have some assets, because there's some strings attached to this. I mean, if you try to finance a property or a house or a deal and it's in an LLC, that's a commercial loan, okay? And the qualifications for it, there's a lot more money down on it. The loan to value is much lower and the rate is higher. Okay, so there's things you can do by buying it in your own name first and then quit claiming it to an LLC when there's some asset in it or some equity in it. So I think this will be real important, Bill, for you to talk to us. This would be for beginners, you know, to know what to do up front when they get in this great business. And also some of our seasoned investors who are acquiring more and they are concerned about lawsuits. I mean, it was 2 years ago I had my butt dragged into Worcester Superior Court. And in Worcester, in any Superior Court, there's no pro se. You can't represent yourself. And this is not a run-of-the-mill lawyer that goes into Superior Court, okay? Fortunately, I've got a good friend that went in with me, but although it was a frivolous suit, I mean, it still tied me up for a while and had me concerned. So, Bill, I think this will be great. Like I said, I'm excited to have you speak to us on the 29th, and thanks for joining us.
Okay, well, you know, my objective, just so you and everyone listening, Mike, anytime I speak, I want people to become educated enough so that they can, I call it being the captain of their real estate ship, instead of acting as either the first mate to their attorney or their accountant. They have to have enough knowledge to be able to ask what I'm going to say are educated questions. And so that's going to be my objective on, you know, on December 29th, and I'll expand on that objective during the full day workshop on January 9th.
I can't wait. How about you, Robbie? You looking forward to this?
Looking forward to it. I am.
Okay. Okay, thanks, Bill. And I'll see you on the 29th.
Thank you. And I hope everyone has a happy holiday.
Yeah, and I hope
You too.
everybody's safe and sound too.